Hello Aries, welcome to Divine Goddess Tarot. My name is Jessica and welcome to this week's Zodiac reading. Let's jump right in and see what messages are coming through for you at this time. So let's see what the overall energy is for Aries. So this first one, of course, is just that. It is the predominant message or energy. And right there, a hidden gift, sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. All right, and like it's been going on for a while as far as a lot of these changes, and I feel like we're on the upswing of that. So still coming into a new chapter, a new era. So let's see what your future or higher self has to say about this energy right there. The Fairy Norn, planning, patience, and cooperation. So, and this one will be, of course, your spiritual support group. So this is anything that is your guides, your goddesses, gods, angels, devils, demons, anything that supports our growth on this side for that push. So sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. So that is their message for you along with these energies. And last but not least is kind of just your FYI or tips and tricks to get you through, or perhaps something to look at that's hasn't been on the forefront. So sentimental feelings and perhaps things that are buried. So let's define all of these messages with tarot and see what is coming through for Aries. What is this hidden gift? What is this sadness, an ending, a new beginning? What messages? Oh, right there. Nope, too many. That one. That's the one. So yeah, Three of Hearts. That makes sense. So some of you are still holding on to something or going through a broken heart, and it takes time. So what else? Right there. Queen of Cups. I wanted to say Queen of Hearts. So let's see. And then the Ten of Pentacles, which is beautiful. So new changes are happening. Bottom of the deck. Nine of Pentacles. Then this one. And nope, keep going. Just feeling them. They feel like they're hot on my fingers right there. Oh, both of them. Nine of Wands and Hangman. All right. And for the spiritual support group, what messages in the sacred gratitude for Aries? Right there. So Five of Cups, bottom of the deck. Eight of Wands. There. Two of Swords. Right there. King of Swords. Well, and bottom of the deck. So Seven of Swords and Strength. All right. Let's break this down. So yeah, definitely still residual or the beginnings of, still in that lingering of broken heart. Some of you are just finding this out, but I feel like Aries, you've been on this healing journey for some time now. And really what this hidden gift, and you've got forgiveness or sacred gratitude over here, and also appreciation. So I also feel with this that there's a lot of forgiveness, and it's not for the other person. It doesn't matter how they showed up. It is all about you forgiving you, and then the ripple effect of forgiving the situation and seeing it. If you're in the thick of it, that never feels good. It is horrible, gut-wrenching, the worst. However, this is the hidden gift. This is the push. And it's about to end. You're going through it. It's definitely something that as you go through this, you're really embodying this Queen of Cups energy, which is your heart is a beautiful thing. It's not something that because it's been hurt that now you have to put it away. In fact, I believe the push really is the gratitude of moving through it. Keep opening. And until, of course, now it's the same thing with any wound, that when it's ripping open and bleeding, you don't love it. But in time, when it has been healed, when it has been mended to where it's not acute, it is something that now you can see the lesson in it. Perhaps it's something that now you realize why you've attracted perhaps that message again. And it's really saying that with this sadness, with this hidden gift, with this ending, you are now moving into the era of a new beginning. And I really feel that you are, if some of you that are in the acute aspect of it, you're really starting to see the benefit of not having this person in your life. Perhaps it was a lot of toxic behavior that just didn't work. I really feel that you're moving into this 10 of Pentacles energy where it is fulfillment. It's the tree of life. It is the cyclical nature of life. We have to go through sometimes several loves before we find the right one. We have to learn how to love ourselves before we can move into this next chapter of love, and then have that as your base point of how you will get love in return. Because when we start loving ourselves, we start not putting up with anything that isn't love, it isn't respect, it isn't honor, then we learn to love ourselves more, because we hold ourselves in a space that is going, no, it's got to match, it's got to be reciprocal, it's got to sparkle back the same. And so I really feel that with this ending, you are moving into this new beginning and really seeing that. You're seeing why this person was in your life and how it was a reflection of a part of yourself that has not bloomed into that real love energy. And so your future and higher self is saying planning, patience, and cooperation. So I really feel that your future self is saying, yes, start doing it different, because what's waiting for you in the future is really amazing. You've got the 9 of Pentacles here, which really just is this yummy energy of, I have everything I want. And I really feel that that's the message from your future higher self, is saying it's coming. The things you want, they're coming to fruition, but you've got to do the work. You've got to do some changes, plan for it, write down what you want in a partnership, write down what your goals are. And with that, it's also, you've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is, to me, it's finding other ones that can assist in growing that. Now, this is not going to other people that are jaded and broken and hate relationships and hate men or hate women. This is convening with people that are learning how to love as well, learning how to do it different, learning about themselves. And that's really the only reflection we have. That's the only thing we have is choosing to be around people that also see value in relationships and love, or successful relationships and love. And so this could be a therapist, this could be a book, this could be just going out with friends that are like, don't give up. He or she was just, they weren't for you. And sometimes that is a really hard thing to accept. But when you have a support group in the 3D as well as the 5D that's going, no, just keep going, you're awesome. But also, we've got to start looking at ourselves of how also we contribute to something. And it's whether it's just accepting that person in our life is our accountability. It's going, yeah, I accepted less than love, and that was mine. I really hoped this person, I could see their light, but it's really choosing to see how they choose to show up each and every day and in that relationship, and go, okay, I can see you're awesome, but you can't show up in a relationship and you're not willing to do the work. So now I have to know why I accepted this, or why I keep trying to make this work when the other person isn't. And so it's just a matter sometimes of those things where that's our mirror. That's our mirror to show us something. And so you've got the 9 of Wands as well as the Hangman down here, which to me, as well as the meaning of tarot, the big message is, yes, this is good. Like, the 9 of Wands is really a successful card, and so is this one. It's saying new perspective, getting a different angle of life. And that's something with the 3 of Pentacles that's very clear. They're all looking at the same thing, but they're all in a different perspective. They're all looking at whatever they're looking at in a different way because they're in a different position. And so that is quintessentially life. I mean, they say every rainbow is everyone's individual rainbow, because if you were to move, it would be a completely different rainbow. And so I really feel that that is the message with this situation, and this energy for the week is really challenge yourself to go, what's a different perspective? What's a higher perspective to look at this? What am I being limited in how I want to view this other than my pain or my broken heart? So it is about seeing the success in it, the gift, the hidden gift, back to that overall energy of this situation. And I really love the Three of Swords because it has a very huge message of forgiveness in it. I mean, that is usually it's our own selves that we deep down are hurting so much about, is how did I let this happen? How did I let this person in? How did I not see it? Or I saw it, but I went anyway. And that is sometimes it's the lesson. It's karmic. It's something that we must have this experience to really integrate the lesson and the meaning of it. And it's showing us really bottoms down. How are we being truthful to ourselves? How are we loving ourselves? And that's the message. So get into a new perspective to see what the gift is in this situation, is what tarot is saying. Sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. So with all of this, that is another cue that your spiritual support group is really diving into, saying, move to the energy of gratitude for this. So now that you're starting to see that silver lining of it, seeing the gift, even it hurts like hell, but it's also being gratitude for it. A gratitude that you are no longer in a situation or with someone that is not giving you what your interpretation of love is, what isn't matching, what isn't working. And clearly, if this is also a third party, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's not what really anybody wants. We want to be the apple of our person's eye. We want to be the thing, that passion, that thing that means the most to us, the priority. And if they're not, and they are constantly wondering, or they can't make a choice, we don't want that in our life. Nobody does. It doesn't match the frequency of love. So gratitude of it, that this person has moved out of your awareness, is a beautiful thing. Now, with gratitude comes, you've got the Five of Cups, which sometimes so in tarot, what this meaning is that he used to love wine, and now he doesn't like the taste of wine anymore. And so he's kind of in this is a bummer, because now I don't even enjoy the wine that I'm drinking. And it's finding your passion back of things. And sometimes when we go through a lot of pain or hurt, or I feel ascension in our own consciousness, sometimes the things we once enjoyed become very dull, or they just don't matter anymore. I know when I would turn on a television show or a movie, I just couldn't even connect with it. I was just so, and it felt like, why can't I connect with this simple thing of watching a TV show or anything? Everything seemed kind of in this really gray place. And so I really feel that when you shift into the awareness of gratitude during all of these changes, during all of this perhaps sadness and moving into a different cyclical part of life, you're going to not only see the gift, and then you emphasize it and magnify it with gratitude. And that keeps that vibration moving up. And then you've got the Eight of Wands right underneath it, which to me is, once you shift into that energy, then it's going to move through you in such a different way. You're not going to be trapped in sadness. You're not going to be in that acute state any longer. It's going to be on the backside of it, of healing and going, wow, this was a huge lesson, and I'm in gratitude that I'm no longer in it, and that I'm taking all of the gems that were in this situation as a learning experience to do it different. So when that happens, you've got the Two of Swords. So I feel like this is, when you go into gratitude, this is kind of the shadowy aspect of a caution that your guides want you to know. So the story of tarot is that she doesn't want to be hurt again. So she puts the blindfolds on and she covers her heart with her swords to protect it. And it really doesn't serve her. It doesn't serve her because she's now locked away in her own, she's closed, right? You can't get close to her heart if she's covering it with swords. And she's not fully seeing anything because she's still stuck in the past by, now I don't want to see where I'm at, and I don't want to see where I'm going. I'm stuck in this place of sadness. So if we don't shift into these higher vibrations, then we can kind of be stuck here in this Two of Swords energy of going, remove the swords, take off the blindfolds. And she's got, there's islands back here. There's water here. This is move on. It's time to move on with this and see where you're going and open again, because we won't find love if there's still a lot of fear there. Love is the definition of love is the absence of fear. So we've got to remove those things, step into gratitude. Sentimental feelings, it's not, I really want to emphasize this, to have, you clearly didn't fall for somebody because they didn't have beautiful qualities or light in them, but there is something there that, don't be ashamed that you still love this person, even if they were just, showing up as a hunk of junk. People do. Sometimes people suck, right? So with that, we still love them. And there's a part of that, especially after a heartbreak, we want to deny that part of ever loving them, ever seeing their light, ever seeing the good in them or going for this. And I really feel that when you get clear into your gratitude of it, you'll almost see them as, wow, thank you for being that part of my life, that you pushed me into this space of change. And that's where the partnership comes in, the karma comes in of going, oh, yeah, you were an angel that came into my life in the appearance of the devil. And you hurt me, you ripped me wide open, and I'm actually seeing the bigger picture in this of the gratitude, the lesson, the mirror. And so now I love this person, but just in a different way. And that King of Swords energy is right underneath it, which I believe is just a lot of clarity of what all of this is. It was very purposeful. And he's that grounding energy of communication, executing ideas, being clear about his ideas. And then you've got the Seven of Swords underneath, which I really feel that's this is one of the golden cards in the tarot. It's really high vibration, even though it has an undertone of lying, deceit, all those things. And that could be your mirror of going, yeah, that sentimental feelings of this person who perhaps lied, was deceit, was not being truthful, and any of those things that were very shadowy. But now it's time to take what's yours and leave. But also see where if someone comes to you and they're a liar, frequency matches frequency. And that was where I had to get really honest and accountable to when I attracted a narcissist in my life, to where that all of the lying, I had to look at myself and go, how am I lying to myself? How am I the liar? Well, I'm lying to myself that this is love. I'm lying to myself that things will change. I'm lying to myself that this person is not who they show me, but who they keep saying they are. And your gut knows, you know that. So it's time to be accountable, take what's yours, not in shame, but just information, and leave the rest. It's time to take what's yours and move on. And that you've got right here, you've got the Strength card. It takes a lot of strength. And it takes patience, and it takes trust, and it takes moving into your space of going, it is acceptance, but it's also letting go, and letting go back into the realm of love and trust. And that lion, she's not forcing her hand. She's not forcing this. That is not what you do in this position with a lion. It is all about trust. It's all about that there is this level of love between them. And that lion trusts her of whatever she's doing. There's submission there to okay, it's opening. And so that takes strength to do that again, especially after being wounded in this way. It is hard. It's not easy, but it is the stepping stone to great love if you choose. Thank you so much, Aries, for joining me this week, and I will see you next week.